Some really nice woods out here, some large beech trees.
Displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the Parks Professor.
Welcome back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor. We are at East Fork State Park. We are in Southwest Ohio. We are in Claremont County, Ohio, about 30 miles or so east of Cincinnati. Today is Monday, May the 6th. And the temperature right now is a warm and slightly humid 74 degrees. Feels a little bit like June or July in May. A little muddy here, gotta step over. In hiking circles, this park is best known as a backpacking destination. In fact, there are 2 backpacking trails in this park. Both of them are more than 10 miles long. And the hike we're going to do today is a day hike, but it actually uses parts of both of those trails. Somebody lost their cat. I'm a cat person, so I feel bad about that. Don't think we're going to find it out here, but you never know. The trail we're starting on is the Backpack Trail. The shorter of the 2 backpacking trails is just called the Backpack Trail. We started at the main trailhead, which is also the South Trailhead. And we're starting on the Backpack Trail. This trail goes along the south shore of Harsha Lake. And I don't think we ever quite get to the lake shore, but we'll get close to it. After about 1.5 miles, we're then going to hit one of the connector trails, which takes us over to the other backpacking trail at this park, which is the Stephen Newman World Walker Perimeter Trail. That's a very interesting trail, named after a very interesting person. And I'll tell you more about Steve Newman when we get over on that part of the hike. We've come in and out of several ravines, and we've been following the red blazes of the Backpack Trail so far. Some really nice woods out here, some large beech trees. No clear lake views. The lake is downhill to the left through the woods there, but it's far enough down there that you can't see it. And so far, just a nice walk through the woods. We are still headed outbound, roughly eastbound, on the Backpack Trails. We've been following the Backpack Trail exclusively so far, but now we are up to the big moment where we are going to hit the connector trail and head over to the other long trail in this park. So the Backpack Trail continues off to the left right there. And if you wanted to hike the entire Backpack Trail, that's the way you would go. But we're going to hit the connector trail that goes off to the right here. As I mentioned, this does lead to a primitive campsite. Also, that's actually kind of the purpose of this connector trail we're going to hike. So it leads to a primitive campsite. It also connects us to the other long-distance trail in this park, which is the Steve Newman World Walker Perimeter Trail. Now, a little about Steve Newman as we get ready to cross the main park road up here. So Steve Newman is, or was, I think he's still alive, a man from this area. Back in the mid-1980s, he literally walked around the world. Another car coming here. I lived in this area, and he literally walked around the world. And when I say around the world, I mean around the circumference of the Earth. Like back and forth across the equator and that sort of thing. And I remember when he did that, because I lived in this general area, the general Cincinnati area, when he did that. And so shortly after he did that, after he got back home, they built this trail, and they named it for him. So the Steve Newman World Walker Perimeter Trail, that's the one we're heading towards next. We passed through the primitive campsite, and then we joined the Stephen Newman World Walker Perimeter Trail. We turned right on that, and that's what we've been following, mostly through young forest with some dying red cedars, as you see up ahead. And now we're almost back to where we started. This is a good hike. It's one of the longer and better pure hiking options in the Cincinnati area. And of course, if you want to do backpacking, this is then a really good option. Nothing real spectacular in terms of scenery to see, but if you just want a nice walk through the woods, maybe an easy backpacking trip, then this is a good choice. I do want to thank you for watching. Parking full time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I thank you every day. Also, as a reminder, I do not take any monetary compensation for anything that I do for this project, and therefore all I get for doing these videos and writing these blog entries are your likes, your subscribes, your views, and your comments, and I do appreciate all of those things. So I'm going to close down this video. Until next time, from East Fork State Park on the east side of Cincinnati, Ohio. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor for Parking Full Time. Have a great afternoon. Take care, and Lord bless.